Hello everyone, welcome to Black Moth Music. Originally this channel was gonna be an anniversary idea for the group Phantom Siita. I'll get more into what they're about in a bit, but unfortunately there's been a major update regarding them that came out last week, and I wouldn't feel right reporting this next month when it already happened, you know what I mean? Another reason it took so long is because right now things are kind of hard for me to record, so it's just, and then plus, like I said, I had to make stuff, so it's just been a long week, but we'll get into it right now. Before I get into the announcement that I'm going to talk about, it's only fair I discuss who Phantom Siita are and what's going on. So Phantom Siita was originally a 5-member Japanese idol group that was produced by Ado. I don't want to pronounce the type of singer she is wrong, but she basically started out as those videos where it's usually anime or Vocaloid type covers, and they sing them, and then usually it's art of a character or a Vocaloid. Sometimes it's a video, but usually it's art, like a set piece art. If you model is most, I mean, she's been famous for a while, but right now, I know if people don't really know her, the main thing people seem to know about her is that she was in the One Piece Red movie. She was the singing voice for I can't remember her name because I'm not really a One Piece fan, but she was singing voice for one of the characters in that movie. So anyways, she's well known. She's been really popular. She's been touring around the world. This is last year she did a tour, and then this year she's done in her current second world tour, if I'm not mistaken. And she'll be playing in LA this year. But anyways, I'm kind of getting on topic. So she she produced the group Phantom Siita. They debuted back in June 26th last year, and their concept was retro horror. Kind of if you listen to the songs or you look at the music videos, you kind of get that idea of it may not be both all the time, but you gotta, for the most part, kind of get that idea of looking at them, you look at the videos, listening to the music. Sorry, something just happened right now. So yeah, so the 4 members, like I said, sorry, the wind opened the door. The current members until what's going on are Mona, Rinka, Mocha, Miyu, and Hisui. For some reason, Hisui gets translated as Tosui, but from everything I've understand, from everything I've seen, it's Hisui. I just think Google Translate doesn't understand what that is. Their color, Mona is pink, Rinka is purple, Mocha is light blue, Miyu is white, and Hisui is green. They released their first album, Girlhood Memories, or Memories of a Girl's Life, depending on how you want to say it, but I think officially English is Girlhood Memories, and I think Japanese translates to Memories of a Girl's Life. Just so for people that want to know. Sorry, it's kind of a hard thing. That released on October 30th of last year. And then after that, on November 1st, they had their first solo concert, which was known as the First Live Heine. And that was performed at the Budokan in Japan. Now, like I said, that was on November 1st. Around that time, I don't 100% know when, because one of the covers they did of Auto was Top Musica, because that was the song that they did to audition. When that video was uploaded to their channel, it has the announcement of the first world tour, but I don't know if that was also announced at the Budokan performance. Sorry. But yeah, the first world tour would be called Moth to a Flame, and that took place from January 16th to February 19th of this year. They traveled a few countries in Asia. For North America, they were mostly in the United States and a little bit in Canada. And then they did a few countries in Europe, and if I recall, the last show was in London. I was fortunate enough to be able to go to their second show in North America, which was Anaheim, the House of Blues. Really good show. But right now, like I said, we're just kind of just covering the basics here. I forgot exactly when, but it's on their channel. But after a while, nothing really going on. They then all of a sudden announced they were gonna post up the Zoku performance from Anaheim, and on that day too, they also announced their first Japan tour, which is called the Flame Medusa. So if you're noticing, their major events are having names. So their first live solo performance was at the Budokan, was called First Live Heine. The second one was Moth to a Flame for the World Tour. Now it's the Flame Medusa for the Japan tour. That one's gonna be shorter though, in terms of performances. There's only gonna be 4 stops, but they're kind of spread out though. Well, technically, because it's July 21st for the first show, and then I think it's August 2nd and 3rd for the next 2 shows, and then there's no show until the 24th. I don't know why it's spread out like that. I don't know what happened or whatnot, but that's the schedule for their tour. And then another big thing that happened to them recently was they signed up with Universal at the end of April, Universal Studios Japan. And there's been like different performances and videos and stuff, but that's like kind of like the major stuff that's going on. And there's another thing, but I'll explain that later. So now it's time for the heartbreaking part. So like I said, back at the end of April, they got signed up with Universal Studios Japan. The week after that, they released the song Suki Kirai, the music video. The song in the music video. Member Hisui had her birthday video uploaded, and they did a performance in Japan at Ocean Market Festival. But unfortunately, last Friday on the 17th, it was announced that Hisui would be leaving Phantom Siita due to health concerns at the end of the month. And this was on social media and on their official website. But unfortunately, effective immediately, it said Hisui would not be performing with them like for the rest of the month, but that she would still be technically a member. So I don't know what the planning was for that or whatnot, because it was sudden. Because like I said, they just did the music video, they just did this, they just did that, and then they just, oh, she's leaving. And they've been really respectful about the situation. Like I feel like they've uploaded more than what they were planning to upload with certain things. Like they did the behind the scenes videos of the Suki Kirai music video and all that. So everything as of the recording today is the Jam 25 event that's going to be streaming. This will be the first time we're going to see them do their performance without Hisui. And then there's like upcoming stuff that she'll still be on merch. But in terms of her being on stage or singing, being on stage though, and we seeing her is on this. Unfortunately, the last time anyone's going to see her live was the Ocean Fest showing. But like, for example, the Cloud9 agency. They have like amusement parks in Japan. Those are gonna still have the like her part of the merchandise, like her art, and then there was also like the art display that they told people to submit artwork. And from my understanding, most of it's gonna they wanted to take as much as possible. And I know a lot of the people did group images, not just individual. So most likely she's gonna be on those, and then she'll be on the website when they post up the artwork. And then they also recently announced that the Suki Kirai will have a single album. So Suki Kirai on a second song. And then they also announced like and the instrumentals of those versions of those songs. And they announced 3 editions. So there's the regular CD, you just get the album on its own. Then there's the album and DVD of, I think they said Budokan. That'll be the one version. And then there's the acrylic collectible version. It comes with the CD and the acrylic collectible and displayed on it. So she'll be on those because one, she's going to be on the cover because obviously it's the single and she's on the cover. For the acrylic, Otto and sorry, let me double check the name of the artist. Artist who no. Siita. Oh, it doesn't come up. Oh shit. But anyways, there's sorry. On the acrylic version, there's animal versions of them. Like it's supposed like what people call like the spirit animals, and like Hisui is a fox, for example. Mocha's a hamster. Mona's a bunny. Miyu is a dog, I think. I think she's like a dog or a puppy, and Rinka's a cat, for example. Well, not for example. That's what they did. So the acrylic display is gonna be them as those animals, and it's cute though because they have like the color of the school outfit, but now they have these new outfits that they're gonna be doing. So and then each version of the album is gonna have its own 5 set of talisman cards because the original album had that. So all this will still be Hisui related merch. The Cloud9 art campaign thing. And then in August, the Dig 7 raffle items will be sent out, which we've seen what they look like, but we'll have the official versions because all the pictures say like example or something like that. The only unknown, but I'm pretty confident she'll be on it still, is the Flame Medusa. Only because how long ago they announced it and how it takes time to work on all these things. Like yeah, Budokan and the World Tour happened, blah blah. But like, if we're going based off what everything else in the past has done, the Flame to a Moth, the Moth to a Flame photo cards were based off the Budokan performance. And that was their previous big event. And then like some of the outfits and all that, like and like the photos and all that, and the other cards that they've done are based off like the music videos and stuff. So if history repeats itself, the Flame Medusa merch photo cards will be based off the Moth to a Flame. Their time during the Moth to a Flame, and then some of the stuff from like the later music videos. So, well, no, Zoku, they technically did already, so they might have the other 3 remaining for Hana Tagami, and maybe they'll have like stuff from sorry about that. Give me one moment. Okay, sorry for the word cut. So what I was trying to say is, since the Budokan cards were based off the music videos and behind the scenes, and then the major event was Moth to a Flame, and it was based off the Budokan performance. I'm pretty sure Flame Medusa is going to be based off the Moth to a Flame performances. So you're gonna have like the behind, like the silly photos, the photos of them on stage, and then probably like Ocean Fest did Zoku Zoku, like each of them with the Zoku Zoku outfit. But they might do like other stuff like that, like Hana Tagami, they did two of them, so they might do like the other three if they were gonna plan Tsukiki to be part of it. They might have Hisui or more of them in like that outfit. It's kind of up in the air with where Hisui will be on there, but I'm pretty sure at the very least the photo card should be on it. I don't know if they'll take her off. Like let's just say like they had a shirt design and all that. That I can't say for certain. Before I continue, let me just read the departure notice. This is a translated version. It goes, important announcement from Phantom Siita. Thank you for all your continued support of Phantom Siita. Due to health reasons, member Hisui will be withdrawn from Phantom Siita at the end of May. We sincerely apologize for all the fans who have supported us and everyone involved, and to everyone involved, for the sudden nature of this announcement. From today onwards, all activities, including our first Japan tour, Flame Medusa, will be carried out with a 4-member lineup. Carrying with us the dedication Hisui showed over the past year, the members, producers, and management will move forward together as one. We kindly ask you for your continued support and unwavering support. Your continued and unwavering support. So obviously, it's just saying like, unfortunately, she's not going to be here no more, guys. But they do ask you to continue. They did also provide refunds for anyone who it feels specifically for Hisui followers, but I'm pretty sure anyone's just heartbroken with the situation if they feel they don't want to go anymore because it's not all 5 members, or if they specifically love Hisui. So yeah, for what it is though, unless she is able to talk about it or wants to talk about it, because if she wants to talk about it but is unable to talk about it, we'll never know. And if she's able to talk about it but doesn't want to talk about it, we'll never know. So both of them have to align because Japan's really serious about privacy. So if Hisui never wants to talk about it, if she never comes out and says this is what happened or what's going on, we'll never know, and we're not entitled to know. As some people might think we are, but unfortunately, no. I mean, not unfortunately. Fortunately, we are not. And some people were trying to speculate that it was like planned for a while, but given the way it happened, there's no way it was planned because you don't sign a studio with a member of 5 people, release your music video, do a themed birthday video for them, and then right after that announce they're leaving. That none of that makes sense. If that was planned, they would have. The time it took for them to announce anything, the world tour and all that, there was enough time. If this was pre-planned for her to have left, but this is clearly not a dispute; it's a health issue. Some were speculating it might be the depression or anxiety because of certain things that were going on, like at the awards show and the way she was talking at the end of her birthday video and some of the blogs on the fan club. And then, some people were noticing that she seemed to like get hot real easy, like overheat compared to the other girls. So maybe something like body temperature regulation within her body. something like anemia or like that, but it's all speculation. I don't really want to go like saying that's what I said. I just want to specify like this is what some people were talking about, but it's just speculation. And then, obviously, unfortunately, people are going to take advantage of the situation. So any Hisui merch you don't have, it's going to go up. Unfortunately, and it already has been going up. It's only been 1 week and it's already happened. She's not even actually gone yet, and they're already like upping her price. Like I saw like I understand Ocean Fest was going to be like premium price anyways because only people that attended got it. It wasn't going to be like a website sale. But her 2 cards and the keychain, someone was charging I think like 16,000 yen or 19,000 yen, something like that. And if you looked on the same, because this was from Japan, Macari Japan, and when I looked up the group, like all 10 cards, I think it was like 20 something yen. Like it ended up being like close to $300 for the whole set. And just if you want the keychain and her 2 cards alone was like 2/3 of that price. Like that's insane. You know what I mean? That disgusted me. But um, so yeah, she's not gonna be performing tonight or today, depending on where you're from. Um, so I'm gonna be watching that later and seeing how that goes. I'm still gonna support Phantom Siita because I love the band, the idol. Well, they're calling them an idol group, but they're technically like an anti-idol group. But it's all the same thing if you really think about it. Let me just do a brief summary of Hisui and then my final thoughts on it, and then we'll call it. Um, so her member color is green. She was the oldest member at 22. She just turned 22 in the beginning of the month. And so because of their sisterhood and then like to us fans, a lot of people viewed her as like the big sister group. So even like now that she's leaving, it's like, oh no, the big sister's leaving the group. I mean, it's sad, She's an avid fan of horror. Her birthday video consists of her going on a ghost hunt. She went on a ghost hunt for like her birthday. And she really loves gummies. She's like, yeah, that was like a main thing. She was talking about, and then also got it was like gummies. And I think there was a few instances like of pictures and stuff where she was talking about that. The main defining feature of her performances were her incredible facial features. It conveyed the emotions of either herself or the song, or both. And she's a slender girl, and she's very tall. She's like skinny, and she's taller compared to the rest of the girls, and she uses that to her advantage for her movements, and it's really amazing. And her vocals are her range is very good. Because she mostly has like she mostly has like high pitches. Like when you hear her voice, it's her. That's a good thing too. Like when you can just go, that's so and so. Like she has that type of voice. But her famous line in Zoku Zoku, she can do like a very low. She says the line Jodan Poi, but the way she says it's like ooh. She has like a deeper voice, and it sounds perfect. It was always her dream to be on stage doing something that interests her, and Phantom Siita was perfect for her because she likes horror. She likes to sing and dance. It was a dream come true. So to me, it breaks my heart that she got this dream job and not even a year into it. Well, technically it's been longer because the audition and all that, but like still, like she's not going to be there for the anniversary, and that does suck, and my heart breaks for that. But I'd rather her bow out while she can and recover versus she keeps going and pushing herself and something horrible happens to her on or off stage. Because if they forced her and kept her on and stuff, and something happened to her, I would have never forgiven the management, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people would have called for management to to either be fired or relocated or something because that's not cool. But anyways, before being part of Phantom Siita from July, I think, 2022 to March of 2024. No, sorry, July of 2023 to March of 2024. She was part of We Lit. She came on as a third member, but then she left to partake in what now people know was for Phantom Siita. Her final vocals that we know will be in the second song of the Shuki Kirai album, the single album, which is called Lookalike. The name's only been released in kanji, katakana. Sorry, I'm trying to remember right now. And it translates to lookalike, but some people assume it might be called doppelganger in English, but we don't know yet. We don't know if they already recorded the music video for it or not, or if they planned on doing a music video for it or not. So it's unknown if she'll be part of a music video if they if they haven't done it yet. Well, I mean, if they haven't done it, obviously she wouldn't be because she wouldn't be able to do her parts. But that's what nobody knows. Did they record both videos close to each other or around the same time, or what happened? So we know her voice at least will be in that last song, but we don't know about the music video for it. So we'll see what happens to all that. Before I go, I just want to say thank you to all of you who are still watching that decided to watch. Thank you to Hisui for everything you've done for Phantom Siita, for being an amazing, talented performer and singer. I don't think this is the end for her in terms of music or just being in the public. I just think when she recovers, she'll come back stronger than ever. Of course, I'm not an insider or nothing, so I can't say oh, this is a fact, but it's just a good feeling. I don't think this is the end for her. I do think she's gonna come back one way or another, and I'm 90% sure that Phantom Siita is gonna welcome her back with open arms should she be able to come back. But if she chooses to, or maybe whatever's wrong with her might not allow her to go back, she might choose a different path when she's ready to come back to the spotlight. So whatever she does, her loyal fans, I know I will be. We'll all wait for her return and shower her with love, with praise and love, and she definitely deserves it because, like I said, she's worked her ass off to get to this spot, and it does suck that she has to unfortunately leave it. But again, her being healthy is better than her overdoing it and something drastic happens to her, where maybe she can't come back, you know what I mean? It's like maybe if she leaves now, she could recover for a couple of months, a year, however long, because like I said, we don't know. And then maybe she can come back stronger than ever. Boom. Then she's set. Rather than let's say she did partake in the Japan tour, and then by the end of it, she's way worse condition and something happens to her or something. You know what I mean? There's a reason. So, Hisui, the Hainu will miss you. We love you, and we wish you well in both your recovery and your future endeavors. Much love. Please stay safe. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Until next time, Black Moth Music out.